Hello there. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We are filming this March 17th. We actually are just finished up one of the biggest blizzards in our city's history. We got 24 inches of snow
Pretty crazy.
over a course of about 36 hours. I had the snowblower going 5 different times. They actually canceled the mail yesterday.
Doesn't happen
I'm
very often.
a mail carrier. The mail trucks didn't even show up
Yep.
to deliver the mail to us. We couldn't deliver the mail. It was crazy.
Yep.
Only the second time that's happened in my 10 years as a mail carrier. Absolutely madness.
Well, you missed it was due to, I think, extreme cold the other time, right?
Yeah.
And it was more than, I think it was more than one day.
Yeah, it was 2
It's
days
like
in a
2
row.
days, and then this was, because of
Yeah, so this
way
was
too
the
much
first
snow.
time they've canceled due to snow.
Yes.
So really crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sore from lugging around the snowblower, but we are back. We got some books. Katie got her Aardvark box. We're going to show you that.
Yes.
I know we showed mine last week.
So I have gotten mine since.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we're 1 day behind because of the blizzard, but we are back. It's gonna be a little shorter episode. We're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna show, Katie's got a book that she wants to talk about. We're not gonna do a full reading update just due to time, but Katie finished a book in 24 hours. She's really pumped about it. She's gonna share about that. We'll open the Aardvark box, and we're gonna each show 3 books that we still plan to read this year. And with that, we'll also ask each other,
Will you read it?
will you read it? One more thing to note, we do have our 3rd book sale tomorrow on Whatnot. So you'll probably be watching this tomorrow, so the show will be tonight. For a lot of you, it is at 8:15 Central Standard Time. We have selected from our inventory 20, I'm calling them 20 premium hardcovers. They're all really good copies, really good condition. One of them is a first edition Stephen King. Some other Stephen King books, and book of the month. We got the what's it called? The Magic Greenhouse.
No.
The Enchanted
that's-
Greenhouse.
No, that's the second one. This is the Spell Shop.
The Spell Shop.
Yep, the Spell Shop.
The Spell Shop.
Yep.
We got a cool copy of Frankenstein,
Yep.
leather bound. So if you're not part of Whatnot, join it. Join us. We will link in the description a link to join with our code, and you can get $15 in free credits. It's been fun. It's been fun. We're enjoying selling some books, and we plan to do it every Wednesday night as long as we have books
Yeah.
to sell from our inventory, which is dwindling fast. But that'll be fun. So tune into that tonight if you're watching this tomorrow, which you will be. And we'd love to see you guys on there as well.
Yep.
You won't see our faces, but you will see our hands.
Yeah.
So it is pretty cool. So Katie's going to share with us quick a book that she
Yeah,
really
I
enjoyed.
flew through this. This is My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. So I was having major FOMO about this one because I kept seeing people post about it, and we have almost all of her books, but we had not picked up the newest one. So I very, impulse bought this on Amazon. It was actually pretty affordable for a nice hardcover, so I didn't feel too guilty about it. But I was talking to a friend, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you have to read it." And so right when we were done talking, I just went on, and I'm like, "Add to cart." Okay, boom, done. And so we don't always agree on books, but sometimes we really do. And so when she was raving about it and saying that thrillers, or it's very hard to fool her with a thriller, she just figures it out most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I must be, I don't know, not intelligent. I think we've talked about this before, both of us. I feel like I'm stumped a lot with thrillers, honestly. So it is a letdown when you can kind of figure it out early on. But so from somebody who figures it out a lot, she was like, I did not have this one figured out. So I'm like, that's really high praise, from her. Where and she doesn't really give thrillers 5 stars very often. So I was like, all right, I gotta read it.
Did you have it figured out?
No, I didn't. So
Were you even close?
no.
No.
I literally had zero idea.
That's good.
So she really did a great job of throwing the reader off many times throughout the book. So yeah, anyway, I got it very quickly from Amazon, and I started it pretty late one night, and so I didn't get very far because I did really start to feel sleepy. But then because of this crazy snowstorm, I was glued to this book not yesterday, but I think the day before.
Yep.
And I just like would not put it down. And our kids like played really nicely most of the day. They played outside. So like I really just had a lot of time to read it. And it's not really super long. The chapters were pretty short, super fast pacing. So I read this in less than 24 hours, and I haven't done that in a long time with a book. So then it's good.
Crazy.
So yeah, there's a couple twists like towards the end, but then the very last twist, like right at the end, is what blew me away. So I highly recommend it. I figured I would like it because I am an Alice Feeney fan already. So now this is the 5th book I've read by her. And then we have 2 others on our shelf that I've not read, and then one that we don't have yet, one of like her older books, so we do need to get that one. But I highly recommend it. It's got tons of great praise on the back from other authors that I enjoy.
A lot of authors have read it and liked it.
And it's a really cool looking book too.
One house, one husband, 2 women, someone is lying. Who could it be? Clever, twisting, and devilishly dark. From Chris Whitaker.
So yeah, highly recommend it. I like already want to reread it, honestly.
It's so
because
good.
It's like, when you don't have it figured out and then there's the big reveal at the end, what you want to do is go back and be like, how did I miss this? Or like you want to try to read between the lines more to be like, was there any like, indication as to like what was going on? I didn't figure it out until later. So this is, I think, her highest rated book so far. Like typically hers I've found are like still pretty good, but like in the upper 3 point whatever, I believe. I'd have to go back and check, so don't take my word for it. But this one is definitely over a 4.0 for an average rating on Goodreads. So
nice.
So really, I do feel like you should believe the hype on this one. So
give it a whirl.
If you've not gotten a copy yet, I would suggest buying it. But of course, secure it from the library, do whatever you want to do, listen to it on audio. But yeah. That was a very easy 5-star read for me, and I like went through it super quickly.
Yeah.
Didn't want to put it down.
Yes. You were locked in.
I was locked in.
With the key on the cover.
Yeah, there you go.
Scary.
So yeah, had to rave about that one at least.
I know. But let's open up your Aardvark box. I just cut the tape on it.
Yeah.
We have not opened it yet.
Yeah.
So your eyes are seeing it for the first time as well. We have it. We've been holding on to it for a couple days.
The 3 bookmarks. So yeah, you get a bookmark with each book. It says, knock, knock, it's your TBR calling.
It got delivered right before the blizzard started.
Yeah, so I'm glad. And then I don't think you showed this last time, but they always send these little like postcard type things. They're like a challenge. And so we don't participate in them because we already have like this partnership going with Aardvark, but you should, if you already sign up with them and you don't always take a look at this in your box, or if you've not signed up yet, you should. But this always gives you a chance to get a free credit on them. So like if you participate in this fun social media challenge, this one is the emoji challenge. Create a book stack inspired by one of the emojis above. This stack must include at least one Aardvark pick. Share your stack on our socials and tag us at Aardvark Book Club for a chance to win a free credit. So those are always fun. Don't just like toss it out, read the back of it and find out what the challenge is. It's kind of fun. So this book right here was the reason that I guess a lot of people's boxes were delayed. So if you chose this book, I think for some reason they must have like had back order. I don't know what happened, but it's a pretty hefty book.
I know.
This is called The Red Winter. Power is a Hungry Beast by Cameron Sullivan. Charming, haunting, ambitious, and a great deal of fun. T. Kingfisher.
There you go.
I've heard really excellent things about this one. A devastating love story, a bewitching twist on history, a blood-drenched hunt for purpose, power, and redemption. Okay, so I believe this falls into the horror category, but I'm not positive. Oh, and it takes place in 1785. Okay, so... yeah. Ooh, and it's got a cool map in the front. Love that. So yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I'm just very easily influenced. So, when I see people talking about it, I'm like,
what it looks like.
And I was really sucked in by the cover.
Let's see what it
So
looks
we
like.
gotta see without the, ooh, that's nice. Red and gray. And
oh yeah, with the silver spine.
Very nice.
The Red Winter. It is a hefty book. I didn't
I didn't
realize.
realize
I didn't
it was gonna
realize
be
how
thick.
thick it was too. We have just enough room behind
I think
us.
for like these. So we really got to start like reading some more
Prob-
Aardvark books too.
Probably room for like 4 more Aardvark books. And this one, this will be 3. Yeah, so it's
pretty
about
lengthy.
5,500 pages.
Yep. Yep.
5,500.
5.5.
5,500.
Yeah, just over
5,300.
There you go. All right, and then this one is called Spoiled Milk by Avery Curran.
I know a lot of people got that one this
Yeah.
month. If you're a part of Aardvark,
Oopsies.
let us know what you picked up this month. Maybe it was this
Yes,
one. Maybe it was
yes.
the books I showed last week.
Yes.
Operation Bounce House.
So this one says the untimely death of a student at a girls' boarding school turns out to be the first in a haunting series of escalating supernatural events. A thrilling gothic debut about teenage repression, queer desire, and the everyday horror of coming of age. Okay, so it takes place in the 1920s. Yeah. And then see what it looks like. Ooh, I like this with the purple,
Yeah.
the purple and the red. Ooh, that's pretty.
Purple and the red. The purple and the red. Hi ho the cherry-o, the purple and the red.
There you go.
You almost said it like purple and the red.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, spoiled milk. There you have it. That one, and then one more. We've got Whidbey by T. Kira Madden, author of Long Live the Tribe of Fatherless Girls. Whidbey.
That's a very nice looking book.
Very eerie looking cover.
I know.
Let's see. A portrait of 3 women connected through one man in the aftermath of his murder. A stunning literary achievement and the explosive, highly anticipated debut novel from beloved award-winning memoirist T. Kira Madden.
Oh, okay. What's their first
Okay.
novel?
Cool. I like it. Oh. Okay, so yeah, that Long Live the Tribe of Fatherless Girls is a memoir.
Okay, so this is her first
Nice.
fiction.
If you would like the opportunity to review a content warning before reading, please see page 367. Oh, interesting.
What does it say?
I don't know. I
What
wonder
is
if it's
it?
not something I can read out loud. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you might want to for this one. It just says Whidbey is a novel largely about suffering, the commodification of pain and the refusal to see it and to name it in others. What it means to look away from these violences and at what cost. Okay, so it does include scenes of abuse, sexual violence against children, but says, I have done my best to write these scenes with utmost care and in steadfast solidarity with any person impacted by CSA. So yeah, just to be on the lookout for that. I like when authors do that,
Yeah.
just in case.
It is
Yep.
nice. This one's got yellow and I see. Ooh, yeah. Is that yellow or green? That's green.
It's like a lime green.
Lime
What
green.
is the side? Oh, nice. I like it.
Yeah. Whidbey.
Whidbey.
Yeah, that's striking. Yeah, so those are the Aardvark picks. They came a little different from each other, but those are all 6 books we got. So please share with us what books you got this month. And if you have not joined yet, it's time.
Yeah,
You
totally.
can join.
Totally gotta try it out.
Get one of the 6 books for only $4, and then you can join the Aardvark party and share with us what you got each month.
And it's always free shipping. Just
Always
wanna make
free
sure to say
shipping.
that. So it's not like you only get it when you first sign up. If you continue with them, which of course we highly encourage, you will always get free shipping.
And what's nice is, even if you move on each month, every book you add on is only $9.99.
So obviously the price will go up for like your initial book. I think it's like roughly $18.
Yeah, it's about
something like that,
$18.
which is fantastic for a really, really nice brand new.
So in a
hardcover
sense,
book.
you could get 3 books, 3 hardcover, high quality for $38 every month, which is about the price, a little
It's
higher.
a little higher, but for only like
for a
one,
hardcover,
pretty
that's
much,
3 books,
so.
and they're high quality.
Yes.
So
Yep.
check them out. It's fun. We were just talking about, we were just looking at our Aardvark rows. Though the first 2 rows of this bookshelf behind us are all Aardvark, the ones we haven't read yet.
Well, I have we both have a couple sandwiched in there that like one of us has read,
But the
then
other
we
still
think the other
plans
person
to.
still wants to. So.
And then we have all the ones upstairs.
Mostly there unread, yes.
Yeah,
by
all
both
the
of
ones
us.
upstairs that we have read. So it's pretty cool. But we're gonna jump in. So one of the things I want to do we want to show some of the books we still plan to read this year. Obviously, we only have 3. We're gonna read more than 3 books, but
Ones that have probably been on our radar for long
these
enough,
are books
like,
we
or we've
are
talked about
planning
them.
to read this year still. I mean, we're in March. We got 9 months left. So there's still a lot of books we're going to read this year, so we'll continue to share them. But these are ones that are closely on our radar and will most likely be read in the next 9 months. Soon. More soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my first one, we were just talking about the big book sale.
That we went to in the fall.
I know we've talked about this big book sale a lot, and it's not really coming up, but it's in the fall. We're talking about how we're gonna do it again this year, because I got some of his books at the book sale. We're very excited for the book sale.
It's a big one.
We plan to go crazy this year. We have learned our lesson from the last couple of years of strategy,
Yes.
the right equipment to carry.
Yeah.
And I honestly said, like, for terms of, I don't know, we want to get a lot of books.
Yeah. You gotta.
We can't bring coffee.
Bags. We can't have coffee in our hands.
We need hands free.
We're gonna be without kids this year because all of our kids will be in
school.
full-time school. He's gonna legit take off work from his 9-to-5 job.
That's what I did last year.
Yeah, you did.
But
yeah.
with that being said, I got this book at this sale last year, so we'll talk more about the sale once it comes up. It is High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, a New York Times notable book.
Isn't that a movie too?
It is a book.
Okay.
This is a book that I have someone who I follow closely on socials. He's my bookfluencer, and he likes this book quite a bit. And I think I will too. It is from 1995. It is a movie about, or a book about, like, music. His name is Rob. He's a pop music junkie who owns his own semi-failing record store. Yeah, it's funny, compulsive, and a contemporary, a first novel as you could wish for. One of the top 10 books of the year, Entertainment Weekly. So from 1995, I don't know. I think I will really like it. It sounds like it's going to be funny, but I like the music aspect. I like the record shop aspect. I believe it is kind of a love story.
Nice.
But yeah, it's probably really relatable. I feel like the character is very relatable. It's about sex and manliness, memory and music.
It said something on the back. It said, "Keep this book away from your girlfriend. It contains too many of your secrets to let it fall into the wrong hands."
Yeah. I don't know. If you read this one, let me know. I'm like Andy said, I'm influenced greatly too. And I got someone I like to watch and I trust.
Yeah.
And so far, he hasn't led me astray yet. But I was glad to find this book. Really excited. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not going to add it to the queue quite yet. Because the queue is still growing. But this is one I will be reading, and you could call it a modern classic. I mean, 1995, that was 30 years ago.
Now. Yeah.
I mean, what do you consider a modern classic?
I don't know. I guess
Or is it a classic?
We were talking about this at my in-person book club recently. We were like, what is defined, as a legit
like,
classic,
we don't
or
talk
what
about reading a lot
modern?
of classics, but could you call this a classic? 1995. Like, I just read Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that feels like a classic to me.
Maybe classics for you and me are from the 90s.
I don't know.
Because we don't like a lot of the old classics
Right.
as much as a lot of people do. But let us know. What do you think? Is this a modern classic? Or can I say it's a classic book? Like, I'm 38. I'm a classic.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I think. Modern classic. So, High Fidelity. If you've read it, let me know. I know a lot of people shared their thoughts on it when I showed it for the first time after we got it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a book that I will love.
I can see that. For me, we haven't really talked about this one on here.
Wait. Will you read it?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna ask each other too. Will you read it?
I'm gonna say no. I'll let you read that one.
Maybe you'd watch the movie after I read it.
Maybe that might be.
Yeah,
like
this
where I
seems
just watch
like
the movie.
this seems like more of a me book.
Yeah, we have some crossover, but then sometimes we're both like, nah. It's like, I like that for you.
Yeah, well, I can't let my girlfriend get it anyways.
Right.
You're not my girlfriend, but
Wife.
it still counts.
Yeah. I'll let you read that Yeah, so haven't talked about this one with you guys, I don't think, but I know I've mentioned it to Corey before that I'm interested in it, and I've had it on my shelf for a long, long time. And then I just talked about it with the same friend who told me I had to read My Husband's Wife. So I do trust her judgment
Who's that?
a lot. Paige.
Mm.
We do Marco Polos back and forth to each other a
The
lot.
best book name ever.
Yes, yeah. Lost in the Page.
She should just
Of a book
remove the
is
I from her name
yeah.
and just be Paige with
Is
like a
her
page.
handle on Instagram. But she was telling me that she really, really loved this one, and I've obviously heard good things anyway, so I really thought I would bump it up on my TBR. I don't know how soon I will read it, but for sure this year. Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boylan. So she actually wrote with someone else on this one too. Alternately heart-pounding and heartbreaking. It was a Good Morning America book club choice. A soul-stirring novel about what we choose to keep from our past and what we choose to leave behind. From the number one New York Times bestselling author of Wish You Were Here and the bestselling author of She's Not There. Yeah, when did this one come out? I don't remember. 2022, so relatively recently.
It's not a classic.
No, definitely not a classic. But I am a big fan of her. I honestly used to explicitly read either her books or Nicholas Sparks' books. So she is still wonderful. I have a few on my shelf by her. There was one that I read a couple years ago, I think, by her, which was actually one of her older books, and I just had never read it. It was Small Great Things, and I loved that one. So I have a feeling I will definitely enjoy this one. So I really got to read it. I've heard from more than one person that I trust that it's a very good book. So that one. What's your next one? Yeah, Are you gonna read it?
No.
No. Okay.
No, not
that
not for me. Not for me. That'll be a U-book, yeah.
Okay. I'll just tell you about it.
That'll be a good U-book. You can share with me. All right, up next is a book. It's still got a sticker on the back, I've noticed.
Let me get that off of there.
It is... I just noticed that Stephen King said this book was insanely readable.
Nice.
And Ellen Hildebrand. But this is a book that I've shown before. And what's crazy is I picked this book up when I was very, very early into my reading career. We were in Iowa.
Yeah.
At a bookstore, I found it. I'm like, this one looks pretty good. And I feel like I see it everywhere. And it does have a sequel. It's called The Sequel. But this is The Plot. A notable book, 100 Notable Books of 2021 by Jean Hamp. Correlates. The Plot. Everywhere I go, I see this book. And I feel like it's just like, it's speaking. They're leaving me little notes that I have to read it. And I'm so intrigued that it's a book about a book, but it's a book about someone who steals a plot of a book and tries to write it for themselves.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting.
I know it sounds so good. So there's the plot, and then there's the sequel, which I don't have the sequel yet. Every time I find the sequel, it's in hardcover.
Oh yeah, you might want to have.
But I mean,
paperback, or
maybe that's just, I don't know.
Or you gotta see if you like that first.
I want to read this one first, but it's so funny. It's the plot and the sequel. But I've been talking about this book for way too long, and I have a feeling I will like it. Just based on everything I've heard. But the fact that I picked it up really early on, and I've been holding on to it and I haven't read it yet in the past 3 years or so, it's maybe time. And I'm sure a lot of guys have read this book. I don't see it talked about a lot. You know, it is 2021, is about 5 years old now. But I know it is a book a lot of people have read. So if you've read this one, let me know. And if you've not read the sequel, read the sequel. So that one will be up. That one will be in I don't know, my long queue.
You don't know how soon?
Long queue. What about you? You read it?
Actually, yes.
I'm
interested in that
one.
one.
This one. This one. Yeah.
I think you'll still beat me to it, but I am interested in reading it.
Yeah.
It seems like it has an intriguing premise.
I know, I'm intrigued. But I gotta get the sticker off. Now it's irritating me.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was still on there.
I know.
All right, next up for me, and I actually already have a bookmark in it, so that should show
You
that
started
I
it?
am. No, I've not started it.
Oh, you haven't?
But I plan to. I think for April. This will be Well, I might be able to start it before this month is over, but it then would carry over into April. This is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. So I believe I brought this one on here a different time, somewhat recently, because I think we did something similar where we were talking about like books coming up that we're excited to read. But this one really will be soon because I have put it off for far too long. Another buddy of mine on Instagram that I talk with a lot, his name is Frank, and this is like his favorite book ever. And he has like tons of editions of it, like in different languages and special editions. He's done like posts just dedicated to this book alone, and it is quite the collection. I admire his collection of his favorite book. And it's a movie, so I'm gonna want to watch the movie too. I think it's on Netflix. But and then I want to say this one maybe even has a sequel as well, like the Royal Wedding or something like that too. So I'm sure I'll want to read that one eventually because I bet I will like this. What happens when America's first son falls in love with the Prince of Wales? Red, White, and Royal Blue. So and I'm like intrigued by this fun pink cover. So it's about time that I finally read it so I can report back and tell him that I have read his favorite book because I've commented on so many of his posts saying like, this is the month. I'm finally going to read it. I'm finally going to read it. He's probably like sick of hearing it. So like I want to be able to be like, I read it.
This girl's full of crap.
So I'm going to do that one. Pretty soon here. I'll probably still try to start it before the month is over. So will you read that one?
Probably not.
Probably not. So maybe not a totally no. Maybe maybe it'll be like you'll watch the movie with me.
Probably not.
Might be the movie.
I feel like I've just lost all interest in romance books.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'm not even as into them as I was at one point.
Yeah.
But I do like to sprinkle.
I never say never.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna need to pick up. I don't know.
Emily Henry.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep saying that to you.
I have
That'll
just
be your next
lost
romance book.
all interest in romance. Like I like books with a little love aspect, maybe
but not
mixed
have it
in.
Being, like complete the focus. Yeah.
But that's romance, good. I don't know. Is that like enemy? That's enemies of lovers too, isn't it?
I don't know.
Aren't they like compete? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Or is it?
Okay, so it looks like maybe they are rivals, and then it's like fake dating.
Yeah.
And then
So it's enemies to lovers and fake dating.
Yeah. Don't know if you can do it.
Not for me. I could get into like a good friends to lovers.
Yeah, I like friends to lovers.
Like that would work.
Because then they at least like each other
like
for like the whole book. It's
workplace.
Workplace romance.
Like a workplace romance. But not enemies to lovers workplace. Just like a meet cute.
Sure.
So up next for me, I wanted to choose one from the Aardvark. We're talking about Aardvark. We're trying to read some of our older Aardvark ones, and there's so many to choose from that.
Well, and then we get
are
distracted
so
by
good.
all the new ones that keep coming out.
But this is one that just got back on my radar, only because I just remember seeing a lot of really positive reviews of it, and at this point, I can't even remember what it's about. But it's a psychological mystery, a metaphysical thriller, and a profound love story. There we go.
There, you can have
a
little
book
love
for
sprinkled
every
in.
haunted heart. I couldn't put it down.
Nice.
Yeah. A mind-blowing blend of page-turning mystery and deep philosophical inquiry with the nature of memory and reality itself. This is called The Strange Case of Jane O. by Karen Thompson Walker.
Love the cover.
I know, I love the cover. And I like that it's not like overly long.
No, it looks pretty quick.
I believe it's under 300 pages.
Yeah.
About 275. Almost the perfect length of a book.
Oh, that's so pretty. The purple and green.
I know. That's a nice looking book. But this is one that you may not have heard a lot about, but after Aardvark released it for sure, I think last year, I know a lot of people really, really liked it, and it just seems very unique. I hope I can get into it. But from what it seems like, it's gonna be really awesome and probably very different. I like the books from Aardvark because they're usually very different than what I'm used to reading and what anyone's used to reading. Yeah, so she's the best-selling author of The Age of Miracles. But yeah, both mind-bending and soul-altering.
I like it.
I mean, there's a lot of good descriptions of this book.
I think you probably know my answer.
Yeah, you'll read this one
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
Excited for that one.
All right, so you are 0 for 2 for me, and I can already answer for you on my third one.
Not good, hon.
I said yes to two of yours.
Not gonna work for me.
I guess I needed to pick different ones. Wow,
It's okay.
This book is in
I don't need to read the ones
interesting
you pick.
used shape, but that's all right. They've been with me for a long time. This one is Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. So I was on this mission last year to go and reread all of the books, and I didn't. I only made it through The Hunger Games, which was an awesome reread, by the way, because the last time I read this series was when I was like a very young adult. So yeah, you can see that this book is definitely
That's
loved.
your OG copy?
Oh yeah, OG copy. So I already have my bookmark in this one too, because I do want to get to this one sooner rather than later. Corey has committed to at least watching the movies with me, which you've seen.
Rewatching them?
Yeah, rewatching. I mean, we've probably seen The Hunger Games like however many times, but we did watch it after I reread the book. That's what we were gonna do. Is every time I
Did I stay awake for it?
No, you fell asleep. So you watched part of it. But no, you like the movies.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good.
So after I read this one, which whenever that happens, we'll watch Catching Fire.
Yep.
So, yep. But yeah, I loved this series the first time I read it. Oh, Stephen King likes this, by the way.
He's got
Stephanie Meyer, John Green.
Man.
So yeah, Catching Fire. This is actually a lot of people's favorite one in the series.
Yeah. That probably is the best movie, from what I can remember.
Yeah.
The third one, not so much for me.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna. I want to, reread. I'm gonna go through all of them.
It gets very political. The third
Yeah,
one.
it's a little bit more.
This one's more like.
Or, I don't know, but like they're all political. But like, yeah, that one.
Those books are
more
just,
so.
man, they're just so bad. Like, not bad, but like, the content is just so gruesome.
Oh, I know. I can't believe these were categorized as YA, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and I've been reading Red Rising, and a lot of people have compared it to that. But Red Rising is
Isn't it adult?
possibly even more gruesome.
But isn't it geared towards adults?
It is.
It's not a YA.
It is.
Yeah. So I think I already know your answer on that one. You've just stuck with watching the movies, right? You're probably never gonna read the Hunger Games books.
No, I don't have a reason to. Especially, I'm the kind of person, if I watch the movie, I don't need to go back and read the book. The Jurassic Park was the exception for me.
Sure.
But if I see the movie, it's like,
they're not
why
the same.
bother reading the book now?
I do think they do a pretty good job with those movies, though, following the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, we are going to see Project Hail Mary next week.
Yeah. And I did just listen to that on
Okay,
audio.
listen to it.
Corey's gonna pass, I think, and just watch.
Yeah, I just don't think I have time to do it.
I'm so excited for the movie.
Very excited for the movie. I think it's going to be just a great movie. And
Ryan Gosling is like perfect for the role.
we're going to see it. I know he plays the hot,
Yeah, we're going
nerdy scientist
We're going in a
with
week.
glasses. So we'll be
Week
going
from-
next
week
Tuesday.
from today.
So we can report back to you after we see it. Very excited. Let us know if you're going to go see it.
Yeah,
if you've
or
read the book.
Yeah, I did
or
it all.
listen to
I
it.
did it all on audio. I had thought maybe I'd go back and forth with the physical, but it just worked for me to really cruise through on audio. Yeah. So.
But yeah, that's what we got. So those are some of the books we plan to read soon.
Yep.
That's that. It's been good. So please tune into our show on Whatnot. We will link an invite to join. We will link the invite for Aardvark Book Club.
Yes. Check
You
them
can
out,
join with our
obviously.
code for $4. You can get a book, any of the books for this month for $4.
Yep.
It's a great deal.
Yep.
But we'll see you guys next week for more fun.
Yeah.
And we will continue digging ourselves out of the snow.
Pretty crazy.
Very crazy. I mean,
The mountains of snow, like as you can imagine, are like, it's difficult because they're like at the ends of your driveway. So you're trying to back out of your driveway and you can barely see. So you're just looking as much as you can and be like, I hope somebody doesn't just whip out of nowhere and I crash into them backing out of the driveway. And then when you're trying to like turn any corner, it's the same problem. You're out on the
Oh
streets
my
and
goodness.
there's just these mountains of snow. So you're just like creeping out,
You're right.
like, okay, I'm gonna go now. Like, yeah, it's
and not
a
only
little petrifying.
Not only would it get 24 inches of snow, but there was wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. So there are
Yeah.
just gusts. What do they call them? Drifts.
Yeah.
Drifts of snow that were like 4 or 5
One
feet
of our
tall.
bedroom windows, if you look out it, you actually can barely look out of it because there's just a bunch of snow in front of it.
Drifted on the roof. So just crazy. Once in a decade storm.
Yeah, pretty crazy. The kids were actually really fascinated by it because I realized that our oldest was pretty young when we had almost this much snow. So the last time this happened was in 2018. So our oldest was really young. You
Yeah.
wouldn't remember. And then our daughters were not born. And so they were just like, this is so much snow. And yeah, because we ventured out today. Corey didn't work yesterday, but did have to today. And then the kids were off school yesterday and today. But I was like, we got to get out of the house. I'm going stir crazy, and so are they. So I took them to the Children's Museum, which isn't far from our house. So I felt safe enough to go out. But they were just like so fascinated by it. They've seen snow, but not this much snow. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just
It was
crazy.
pretty funny.
So we're going to dig out of that. We're supposed to warm up again this week, not like warm for us, like in the upper 40s.
Yeah.
So we'll start to melt down
A little bit, yeah.
slowly, but it's a lot.
It'll stick
and
around
it's
for a while.
Crazy. And we had just gotten to the point where all the snow was gone. We had a day that almost hit 70 degrees.
And then we get hit with this. It's like,
So it went from
wah,
70
wah.
degrees to the biggest blizzard we've ever had in our city. So just crazy.
Fun
But
times.
thank you for watching. That's no more of that.
No, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.